dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Well, good morning to you at 6 o'clock on the dot. I'm Dakota Makris. Thanks so much for joining us, and I can't believe it's already 6 o'clock. Let's go over to Brandon for a look at that cold forecast. Brandon, cold right now, warming up a little bit later, but you know, if you're heading out the door, you better bundle up.
Exactly. Cold this morning, so make sure you worry about that first. But as we get deeper into the day on this last day of November, the sunshine is going to make quick work of that chill. Let's take a look and see what's going on right now. Buffalo Mountain, 41 up there. Not a whole lot of action going on this morning. Temperatures from 25 in Jonesville to 43 in Irvin this morning. So 20s, 30s, and 40s, and other places approaching the 40-degree mark now. So temperatures actually going up a little bit this morning. But sunrise isn't for a little bit. Forecast high today, 56. Average high, 52 for this time of the year. The record high, 73, back on this day in 1998. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. World Health Organization officials say that on November 9th, a sample of what is now being called the Omicron COVID variant was collected in South Africa. Now the organization is warning that the global risk from the variant is very high. President Joe Biden urged calmness as he said it's inevitable the variant will reach the U.S. Our Zach Hawk has a reaction from Kentucky officials and what this could mean for your plans as we are less than 1 month away from Christmas.
Omicron has a number of mutations, some of which are concerning and could be responsible for faster spread.
Just like in the beginning of this pandemic, there's so much we don't know. So I'd ask everybody to breathe, right? And to give it enough time for us to have enough information.
Governor Andy Beshear told Kentuckians Monday that by December 5th, officials should have information on vaccine effectiveness against the new variant and its transmissibility. Kentucky River District Health Department Public Health Director Scott Lockard said no matter the results of these studies, he is still focused on improving vaccination rates here in the mountains.
We have a lot of individuals now that are eligible for a boost that has not gotten that booster yet. That is the best protection that you can get against any variant.
Governor Beshear sees news of the Omicron variant as an important reminder that we still have battles ahead in this pandemic.
What this says is we're not done with this pandemic until we're done with it. And we got to keep up the things that we know help.
Those things remain the same. Mask wearing, hand washing, and widespread vaccination.
Individuals who have had COVID and have actually been vaccinated after they have had COVID themselves, they have the highest level of protection.
As for holiday gatherings,
yeah, you're okay to meet the grandparents. You know, it's one of those things there that we still want to take precautions.
CDC officials expect if Omicron makes it to the U.S., it will be identified quickly. In Hazard, Zach Hawk, WYMT Mountain News.
When President Joe Biden was asked if this could lead to new lockdowns, he said, quote, if people are vaccinated and wear their masks, we don't need a lockdown, end quote. A bill has been pre-filed in Kentucky to decriminalize personal use of cannabis here in the Commonwealth. Democratic Representative Nima Konari of Louisville pre-filed the bill. Her bill would remove criminal penalties for possessing small amounts of marijuana and gives voters a chance to protect those provisions constitutionally. State legislature convenes for the 2022 regular session on January 4th. Well, we're getting more hints at how state lawmakers could use federal infrastructure funding. Now, Kentucky is due roughly $5 billion. Lawmakers have already been talking about building a companion bridge to the Brent Spence in northern Kentucky. The Lexington Herald later reports lawmakers could also use the money to help widen the Mountain Parkway. Leaders are still waiting on rules for how the money will flow to the states from the federal government. Well, a renewed push to make Kentucky roads safer. State Senator Reggie Thomas of Lexington has proposed a new bill that would automatically ticket drivers who run red lights, and one Lexington Neighborhood Association says a change is needed to prevent another tragedy. Grayson Passmore has more on how it would work.
It's going to save lives if we can slow traffic down.
Fran Taylor moved into her home in the Woodward Heights area in 1993. Since then, she says the downtown neighborhood off West High Street has seen more than a dozen fatal crashes.
It's dangerous to go out to put your trash out at the curb. It's dangerous to walk a dog. It's dangerous to push a baby stroller.
Taylor and her neighborhood association have been pushing for a way to slow down speeders. Now with Lex Live, Rupp Arena, the convention center, and the soon-to-be open Town Branch Park, she feels a sense of urgency to do something to deter reckless drivers before it's too late.
We're just trying to prevent a tragedy.
State Senator Reginald Thomas has a proposed bill that may do just that. It starts with catching and ticketing people who run red lights.
We can do it relatively cheaply. It will get those people who violate our traffic laws and act as a disincentive to people think, well, I can run this red light and end up hurting somebody.
Kentucky state law does not specifically prohibit use of red light cameras, but the only way you'll be fined or ticketed for running a red light is if someone present at the time physically sees you doing it. The proposed bill would allow you to be fined through use of the cameras alone.
It's designed primarily to protect people's property, people walking on the street, and protect all children, all people's lives, even children who might be outside.
Taylor and Senator Thomas agreeing the proposed bill is a start. In Lexington, Grayson Passmore, WKYT.
A similar bill was originally filed by late State Senator Tom Buford, but it never passed. Several neighbors in one southern Kentucky community worry they are not being heard. Several people in the Pulaski County community of Nancy say they're upset about a proposal for a new cell tower on the road. The area has no zoning regulations. The tower would be across the road from another tower, not far from homes.
I can understand the aspect of, for the greater good, but me and my wife and my neighbors, none of us wants to be a sacrificial lamb for any of this.
An AT&T spokesperson tells us officials are working to balance the needs of the business with the concerns of the community. AppHarvest just opened its newest container farm, a high-tech space built to help students learn the ins and outs of high-tech agriculture. Our buddy Forbes was in Floyd County as students and officials planted the new project.
Something new is growing at the School of Innovation.
This right here, this is the future right here.
As AppHarvest's 7th container farm takes root in a partnership with Floyd County Schools.
They're growing leafy greens in there without soil and in the middle of December.
Showing the next generation what farming looks like.
I know I've done it with my papa. It's hard work getting that soil, but it's crazy to think that you can grow plants in foam.
By bringing access to Kentucky's growing ag tech to the place where it all started.
And I was living on Pinhook in Harold, Kentucky, and started the company out of a garage.
With a mission to plant the seeds of progress and possibility.
How we're doing it is happening right here in Floyd County. And new jobs every day in this field.
Handing off the power to the next crop of planters.
If we don't show young people in high school what the possibilities are in agriculture, we're going to lose all of our farmers.
So they can prepare the fields for future change.
It takes a team, it takes all of us, it takes elected officials, it takes academia.
Finding their green thumb with high-tech agriculture at their fingertips.
They're going to be ready for that next series of jobs. They're going to be ready for us to do something really important, feed the world.
Because it is about more than lights and lettuce.
We've accomplished something, that we are a part of something bigger.
It is about harvesting hope. In Floyd County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Students involved with the school's Future Farmers of America say they are excited to harvest the produce, which they hope to eventually serve in the school and community. Well, Governor Andy Beshear made a stop in Floyd County, announcing a different kind of green for 3 different counties in the Big Sandy region. More than $2.5 million in grant funding for water and sewer projects in Floyd, Johnson, and Magoffin counties was announced at the Mountain Arts Center, with officials from all 3 counties in attendance. The governor says the money is part of the dedication to getting Eastern Kentucky where it needs to be.
And our job is to make sure it reaches every single part of Kentucky, especially those parts that have been left out too often, which means it needs to start in Eastern Kentucky.
Well, the funding will go toward 10 different projects. You can find out more about those over on our website.
6:09 here on this Tuesday morning. We are on the last day of November, if you can believe it. And the holidays behind us for now, but another one on the way pretty soon. Just about 25 days away. Let's take a look and see what our forecast is showing this morning. Some chill, some winter chill, I guess you could call it there, as we see temperatures in the 20s, 30s, and 40s this morning. So we kind of split the difference there. 25, the cool spot in Jonesville, 43, the warm spot over in Irvin this morning. 56 this afternoon. As that sun comes up here about 7:30. You're going to notice a big climb and a fast climb too there into those mid to upper 50s. Headlines though, mild weather for most of this week, but a soggy start to December, at least for some, is possible. We could be close to 70 by the end of this week. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you so much. Well, more news is on the way, if I can speak. When we return, a Caribbean island cuts ties with its British monarchy after nearly 400 years and celebrates the birth of a republic.